Well, here I am in the city of Venice, a city that has so many different meanings for so many people, and traditionally was a place of great art and culture where people could get together and to enjoy the ambience of the city and the life of the city and be part of something which is uniquely special, including the dogs that live here too. And in this documentary I want to look at the worst, the best and the ugliest aspects of city life from the perspective of the people that come here as tourists, also those that actually reside here, and for those that have to work here. I'm on one of the much quieter back streets of Venice, just very close to a canal. It doesn't actually lead anywhere. And this interesting thing, when you travel around the city, there are many alleyways or calles that just abut directly onto the canal, the way through to different places, but mostly obviously for people that are travelling by boat. For somebody who's on foot like myself, it can be a bit of a struggle actually negotiating the city and working my way around. And indeed it is signposted to different areas that you need to go to, for example the Rialto Bridge, or if you need to get to a Vaporetto, it's signposted. But in some ways it reminds me of England when they do roadworks. They put a diversion sign and you have these signs telling you which way to go, and that's it. You're then on your own. It just points in a general direction, and then quite often you find yourself wandering around in circles. But in the process of that you also discover some very interesting places for which you can stand and film, and in this case talk directly to the camera. My view of Venice, I love the city. It has many things I love, but equally it has many things that I dislike intensely. Tourism being one of those aspects which I find very difficult to deal with. Wandering around the city, it's almost impossible negotiating certain locations, and particularly so in the more touristy areas of the city. But measuring that against the people I've spoken to, I've met some really wonderful people, some very kind-hearted people, and I have many fond memories of the city. I particularly love the lifestyle here when it isn't so touristy, but there's not many parts or times of the year where that is actually possible. And so here in October, late October, it feels like you're back here in the middle of the summer. There are just so many people. And the city is capped allegedly to 20,000 people a day, which is the preferred number of tourists to the city, according to an environmental scientist. But unfortunately, the tourist numbers are hitting 70,000 plus and going upwards. And in my documentary, you will see that I've touched on many different aspects of the city, from the good, the bad and the ugly. And I hope that what I've presented is a fair reflection of life here today in this beautiful city. And in my heart and the way that I feel about the way things are going here, there is a deterioration, particularly so in the quality of life for the people that live here. And if I can touch upon any one of those people to give me their views of what life is like in Venice, or how they see tourism is affecting the city from whatever particular aspect that they're interested in, then I've at least achieved something. Most documentaries that come here, people that shoot, only touch on certain aspects. I've tried here to give a round robin of everything. Anyway, I hope that you can join me as we embark on my Venetian journey, which I've entitled The Good, the Bad and the Ugly.